Hi, I'm Pabsy Pabalan. Ending extreme poverty includes a lot of research, and these reports can help shape important decisions for countries. I caught up with World Bank Group's Chief Economist for Europe and Central Asia, Hans Timmer, to get an update about their regional economic report. Thank you for joining us, Hans. I appreciate your time. So we have a map here, and instead of a weather report, we're doing an economic forecast for Europe and Central Asia. So can you show me which parts of the region does the report focus on, and what's happening in these countries?
The report is really focusing on the eastern part of the region, and the reason is that many of these countries, Russia, Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan as oil exporting countries, are facing big problems at the moment. They are facing problems that are as big as what most of the countries faced during the Great Recession in 2008. And the reason is that oil prices fell a lot. And as a result of that, there are lots of changes within the countries that are needed. The income of older people is falling. They can no longer continue to produce a lot of construction in their own economies. They have to export non-oil products. The real exchange rate is changing a lot. So big challenges in that part of the region, and we use this report to analyze that. In the western part of the region, it's a very different situation. Many countries actually benefit from low oil prices. There is a fragile recovery that is continuing. Some headwinds because of the overall global environment, but a big difference if you split the region in two. The western is still recovering, big problems in the east.
So there's a lot happening, of course, in the region. How are these events actually affecting the poor?
It really affects the poor, and not in a good way if, again, you look at the oil exporting countries and the countries that directly are linked to the oil exporting countries. First of all, for all these people, imports are becoming a lot more expensive, and also the poor. They have to import products, even for food, but for other essential products. So that is one. Many of the poor came from rural areas. In the boom period, they moved to the construction sector in urban areas. Those jobs are being lost now, so those people either have to move back to rural areas or they have to find jobs in other sectors. And then you have the government that is in much more problems than they used to be. So the poor that really need the transfers as a social safety net, they take a hit also. So it's a difficult situation for the poor.
There's a lot of effort and time that has been put into this report, but what do we want to achieve? Who do we want to respond to these results?
We hope that this report is helpful for governments that have the big challenge at the moment to respond to all these developments. The report is being launched in Kazakhstan, and that's where we are discussing also with the government what an optimal response should be. That is a monetary policy, it is looking at social safety nets, it's also seizing the opportunities of new production in new areas. From there, it's also presented in Tajikistan, a country that indirectly is affected because lots of remittances from oil exporting countries are going to Tajikistan, and so they have similar kind of challenges. And then we hope very broadly that it can inform the discussion on these important topics.
Well, thanks, Hans, for your time. I really learned a lot.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.